That would make me very much the leader if I couldn't do that, huh?
Last question. Carl Sagan's gone. Stephen Hawking's gone.
Yeah.
Did you ever think, when you were a little black kid watching Carl Sagan, that at some point the most beloved scientist in America, maybe in the world, would be an African American man?
No, and I'm still a little bit freaked out. I don't view it as a personal achievement. I view it as evidence that people have everybody's got a little bit of geek in them. And I'm there tickling it for them, and I'm stimulating it, and it rises up, and they want more. And so my hope for the future is that this bit of stimulation gets people to want to care about what is objectively true, care about science, care about technology, care about the future of our country and the future of civilization itself. And if I'm a catalyst for that, that's great. I don't even have to be remembered for any of it. You know what I want on my tombstone? A quote from Horace Mann.
Wow. Neil deGrasse Tyson said that.
Didn't have to be remembered for any of it. You know what I want on my tombstone? A quote from Horace Mann. Be ashamed to die until you have scored some victory for humanity. Be ashamed to die until you have scored some victory for humanity.
Yeah, beautiful. Listen, Neil deGrasse Tyson, give his brother a round of applause. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Talk about powerful. If Neil deGrasse saying that in such humbling words and manner, now that man's a leader by design. Be ashamed to die unless I have scored a victory for humanity.
I do not agree with this last statement. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a leader by design. It's almost like going back to the conversation we were having earlier on creating who you are and discovering who you are. Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't have to discover the fact that he was a leader. He created himself he manifested that self. Looking back on the quote from Horace Mann, it's not a quote you should take in deliverance. It's not a quote that you should take with you and think, now I have to be important. It's a quote to say, if you feel this way about your life when you are on your deathbed, which is probably one of the most important pieces of your life you could have, is the ending and the beginning. But if that's the only important things you have done is being born and dying, you should feel ashamed. If you are within that range of motion for yourself. Norm, you, me, Jerison, I can tell because of all the goals we've oriented together, that we've created together, we would feel ashamed to have not created history, to have not cultivated something, to have not become a catalyst for people. That's interesting. It's interesting.
Agree.
Oh, I got it right here.
Be ashamed to die unless I have score of victory. It's not like he says he has scored anything right now. He just wants to be the catalyst, he wants to be the change and the reason.
Feel free to talk because this portion is for discussion and talking. You want to catch him up?
Have you seen this video?
No.
This is a video that you and Nick took. I mean, you and Norman took. They went into the park, and Horace Mann's
Across the street.
right across the street. Horace Mann's grave is over there. Do you know who that is? I don't know him either, so it's fine. I know he was a historical leader, though. So historical leader to
American picture.
mid 1700s to like early 1800s, right? The quote that's on his gravestone, Neil deGrasse Tyson also uses in an interview. Okay, so you heard the quote.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think about it?
The meaning behind that quote is why I met Nick. Is my answer to that.
I like that answer.
Yeah. It's the only reason we would have ever been connected is because we both felt that way. Yeah. It's the only reason. That's why, with what you were saying about one new strong connection every year, every while, something like that. When you first said that, do you understand what that means? He said that he meets about one new person a year, that he builds a very, very strong.
No, yeah, I can
right?
get behind that.
I agree with that, and I also disagree because I feel as though it is rare to find people who want to stick around, but also it's the place you prepare. Like, the place you prepare determines who comes around and why they stick around, you know, and you are the place you prepare. And I really, that's something we're all going to be remembered.
Do you want to be remembered for who you are or what you've done? That's a trick question because they're both one and the same.
Who you are is what you've done.
So what I'm saying is, are people going to remember the name because of what you've done or the things you've done?
I'd rather, to be honest about the remembering, I'd rather just actually help. You know?
Right. Because the cause is much bigger than just being remembered.
Yeah.
Creating the history isn't just about remembering.
Yeah.
Like the Holocaust, the reason we study it isn't just about remembering the fact that all these violent things happened, but it was to understand that this thing did happen. And if it happens again, that could be a problem. Or a better example, the 4-minute mile. No one said that the 4-minute mile was ever possible before it was done. Now there are over 20,000 people in the world who can do that. Not because anyone necessarily remembers the first 4-minute mile run, but they remember that it was done in the first place.
Yeah. And that's my thing is, like, if all I wanted to do is be remembered, I would just go do comedy and make people laugh. I would just go and figure out how to use entertainment value to make money and just do that.
Right.
But that is a waste of of skills, you know? Because what we have here, the things that we're doing, are so much more valuable than just
there's so much more purpose behind it.
Exactly. Right.
There's a better word for what you're trying to say twice already.
What?
Impact.
Yeah. Because things that are pure entertainment, they can have impact, but
How many
they're-
times am I gonna run out of Talladega Nights and think I got something special from it, or I could learn something from it?
I don't even know what that is, but
Well, a comedy movie.
You rest his case.
Yeah, exactly. I do rest your case.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right. But yeah, that's it. There's so much more
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
we should be doing.
I mean, that we're doing right now
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Like, put this in perspective. A month ago, 2 months ago, we couldn't have thought to be connected this well together.
You and me.
All of us, the whole group, the performers, Norman, everyone who's involved in this already.